Hey y'all, it's Thursday. Back in my classroom again. My plan is to work today. I've been working today. I'm gonna work tonight, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, and then they're gonna start waxing the floors on Monday. So I'm gonna try and do as much as I can because I won't be able to get back in until like the 22nd or 23rd. So I've been here all day. I went home for a little bit, but I am back for round 2. I did a lot this morning, but I didn't have my camera with me, so I'm going to take you guys around and show you what I did this morning. So the biggest thing was the board. I've got the first board up, and I used the schoolgirl style scallop borders. I'm going to do something with the corners, but for the most part the board is up. I've got most of the books put on the bookshelves. I am going to do something with them like in bins, but I just needed to get them unboxed first and unpacked, so they're on the bookshelves. The rugs are new. Y'all saw in last week's vlog the rug situation. I just decided to go with black rugs, and I got some from Walmart. I'm a lot happier with that decision. Still got to bring in the chair. Focus board's going to go right here. Tonight I'm about to start working on this board right here, which is going to be our classroom book a day board. And then I've unpacked a bunch of stuff on the floor. I'm trying to put stuff away, but it's just a slow process. They're going to take these desks away like I talked about in the last vlog, but they're still here obviously. I'm going to take them and move them out to the hall just so I can work in this area because I mean I've got to do all of this area. That paper will of course not be here. Over here I have 2 desks. I talked about this last time. They're not painted yet, so I just kind of stuck everything that goes over here in this area, even though I don't have the desks set up. The Chromebook cart, I got it. It was on top of the cabinets. Speaking of which, I got all the cabinets cleaned off, so they're ready to do whatever and to do boards above it. So it's coming together. It's still a huge mess, but it's coming together.
I'm cold red, my service automated, like data running through my veins. Got you distracted, subconscious overloaded. Careful, don't pull the cord on me. No time to stay around. Keep walking till you get out of my face. Regrets, restricted access. I'm just a fly to get up in your reload is charging. Not gonna waste my time with someone slowing me down. So high, I'm floating, I'm shining in my prime. Start rolling over, cause you can't take my crown. I'll always be 10 feet off the ground. My crown. I'll always be 10 feet off the ground. Can't take my crown. Rewind my circuits, but you don't get that courage, cause you can handle my game. My drive's a puzzle. I got you so bumfuzzled, cause you can fall into my days. No time to stay around. Keep walking till you get out of my face. Regrets, restricted access. I'm just a fly to get up in your reload is charging. I'm gonna waste my time with someone slowing me down. So high, I'm floating, I'm shining in my prime. Start rolling over, cause you can't take my crown. I'll always be 10 feet off the ground. My crown. I'll always be 10 feet off the ground. Can't take my crown. I won't waste my love on your heart.
So this board is finished. If you follow on Instagram, the hashtag is classroom book a day. I made this one before I realized that it was an actual thing, and it took so long to make the sign that I just have left it, and it's called Picture Book a Day in our classroom. But if you search the hashtag, it is Classroom Book a Day. I don't think on camera it's showing up. The sign is a little bit of a creamier white than the border, and I think it might look better if the sign were in a color, but I don't hate it enough to redo it because that sign took forever to do, and it's been the one thing that has stayed with me for the last couple of years. So I'm just going to leave it like this because it doesn't bother me enough to change it. But I don't even think that on camera you can tell that, so y'all probably don't even know what I'm talking about. But this one is finished.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. I wanna drive a faster car. Lay my troubles to rest. Blow the smoke through my cigarette. City lights looking fine, and I know this is my time now. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive.
Okay, so this one's finished too. I love how this one turned out, even though I don't have a title or anything on it. I plan on just using this for like anchor charts and whatever we're focusing on that week, because again, it's at the small group table, so I don't want to do a whole bunch before we actually get started because it will be meaningful to the kids, but I also don't want to leave it blank, so I'm gonna have some sort of title here, but I don't know what. So y'all feel free to leave me some suggestions, just something generic for like anchor charts and posters that we're working on that week.
No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down, feel alive.
This area is now completely straightened up. I cleared everything that was on the small group table off, the bookshelves. I do want to put stuff on the bookshelves, and let me show y'all where I put most of it. I've cleaned out these cabinets. Like this stuff, this will be for small groups. There's more stuff in another cabinet, but I don't know exactly what I want out on the bookshelves right now, so I've just put everything up until I can get sort of a game plan on what I'm going to need and how I'm going to teach in small groups. So for right now, I've just put it up in the cabinet. So I'm going to call it quits for today because it's getting kind of late and I don't really have enough paper, or the kind of paper that I want. This is going to be the focus board, and I'm thinking it's going to be white, and I don't have white paper. We have white paper here, but it's in a part of the building that you can't go in because they're waxing the hallways. So I've got white paper at my house. I'm going to bring it tomorrow. My battery's going, so I may just abruptly stop. I've also got black border that I'm going to use here, but again, it's at home. I don't know what I'm going to do here because I'm going to like make a fake board just to, I don't want that chalkboard and the corkboard. That doesn't look good at all, as you can tell. But I don't know what kind of paper I want to put there, so I'm going to think about that for a little bit longer. The whiteboard needs to be bordered. I've made ABCs, but that's an undertaking to put that up. That always gives me fits, so I'm going to wait on that. But everything else is getting there. So I'll start again tomorrow, and I'll bring you guys along with me. Hey y'all, it is Friday. I'm on day 5 of classroom setup. I'm exhausted at this point. I'm gonna work probably tomorrow, and then on Monday they're gonna start waxing the hallways, so I can't get in. So I'm gonna try and finish up everything tomorrow, and then just have Sunday to start, you know, staying at home and working, because I've got so much like office work to do. But let me show you what the game plan is for today, what I hope to accomplish. I'm hoping to get the focus board put up. I'm hoping to cover around the ViewSonic, and then I'm hoping to get something formed over here. I'm thinking right now word wall here, and then there's this little strip. I think it's some kind of wire for the TV or for the internet, something. I don't know. There used to be a bunch of like desktop computers here, and then have like some sort of square board here. That's what I'm thinking now, but it may change. But regardless of what I am going to do, I want to get something put up today over here. So we will see.
Remember when you said we'd stay together now until forever? Just us. Said we wouldn't be like all the others, fight and hurt each other. Not us. But we let each other down, yeah. Yeah, we let each other down, yeah. But we let each other down, yeah. Yeah, we let each other down, yeah. This shouldn't be us. Why can't it be us when the way we call them? We weren't supposed to break up. It's too late to make up to what my heart wants. No, this should not be us, not be us, not be us. This should not be us, not be us, not be us.
Okay, so we're not off to the best start, because this paper, which I've had for over a year, and I guess it got bent during the moving process because it was in my old office at my old house, and I guess it just got damaged when I moved it because, oh, it's not going to focus, because I don't know how well it's going to show up. I think it is showing up though. There is a line throughout it, and then when I checked the paper, you can see that it has been bent. So I do wonder if once you put it up, I'll just talk to y'all so y'all aren't just staring at a blank white piece of paper. I think maybe once I got like everything, because this is the focus board, once I got everything, like, I'll show y'all a picture later on of what I'm going to do, but like these are going to be on there, and then I'm going to put like what we're doing that week, and like the comprehension skill and vocabulary and phonics skill and all that. I think once I got that up there, and like the pocket chart for the spelling words, I don't think it would be that noticeable. But I also hate to do the entire board because it is a really big board. I hate to do that and just chance it and then you can still see it. So I also do think that I know you're not gonna be able to see this on camera, but it's a little see-through. I think it needs to be like a brighter white. You can kind of see the green behind it. So it's lunchtime. I'm just gonna go to it's the closest town to us, but it's about 25 minutes away. I'm just going to go and we're going to get some lunch, and I'm going to go to Hobby Lobby because they do sell the white bulletin board paper there, and just try to come back refreshed. So not a great start, but I'm not going to let it get me down, because I'm going to make the most of these next 2 days so that I can stay home and work, because I'm getting really stressed out about all of the stuff that I have put off this week that I need to do at my house. So fingers crossed that we can find the white paper, we get it back, and we have a successful afternoon. So I will check back in with you guys this afternoon with a good positive outlook on the day. Okay, so we're back. I ended up going with this new kind of paper. I've never seen it before. It's from Teacher Created Resources. It says it's supposed to be better than paper. That's the title of it. If you look at it, I don't know if it'll ever show up. if you look at it, it's not, like, you can tell it's not regular bulletin board paper. I don't know how it's going to work. I'm hoping I didn't make a mistake by getting it. I also picked up this black and white stripe, which I'm really hoping works because I love the idea of that. But if it doesn't, then I just have the plain white to fall back on. Really anxious to see how this type of paper will work. So I will share my thoughts on it after I get it put up.
I've got the time to show my love and what it's all about. Fading up, fading down below the laser guns. I've got a heart that has been traumatized. Don't wake me up, don't wake me up, my dreams can never lie. Don't leave me alone, I got so much more to give. Don't leave me alone, so much more to give you, Rachel. Do you got time to show your love and have a second thought? It's all a blur. It's hard to remember what you forgot. Don't wake me up, don't wake me up. My dreams can never, never lie. I got so much more to give me alone. I got so much more to give. Don't leave me alone. So much more to give you, Rachel. I got so much more to give. Don't leave me
The focus board is done. Since this was a bigger board, I did a double border here, so I did the same white scallop, which is part of that schoolgirl style collection from Carson, Dellosa, and then I, on the inside trim, did this gingham. I I don't remember who it's by. I've shared it, I think, in last week's vlog because I got it last week at the school supply store. But I just did the double border there. Paper was easier to work with. I don't know if you can tell on here. You might can. But it is textured, and it has a shiny sort of sheen to it. But it was harder to cut. It's not going to focus because nothing's on it. It was harder to cut, but it was a lot easier to work with too because it was so much thicker than regular bulletin board paper, and it didn't like wrinkle up as bad. So around the ViewSonic is now bordered, and papers behind it so that you can't see the chalkboard and the rest of the corkboard like you could. So this whole area is now finished as far as boards go. Now I just have to work on the boards, but I think it looks so much better now that you can't see that corkboard or the chalkboard. Okay, so it's around 2:30 in the afternoon. I'm going to call it quits for right now. I'm going to go home, take a break, eat supper, and then I'll probably come back out. That's what I've been doing all this week, and I usually get a lot more done in the afternoons after I've kind of taken a break, and I go home and edit these little clips, which has helped too. But like I said, I'm just trying to push through and do a whole lot this week because next week we can't get in the building, and as you can see, I still have a lot to do. So I'm hoping that next week I can be home and be making things for all of these boards. So I'm hoping to get them all up before next week. So if you're wondering why I'm working so much this week and it's still summer, that's why. Next week I'll not be out here any. So anyways, I'm gonna go home, take a break, and I will come back tonight and share what I get done tonight. Okay, I'm back. It's later on in the day. It's around 6 o'clock. I'm about to tackle what will be the word wall. Right now I'm just gonna get the paper up. I'm nowhere near ready to do the boxes and do the ABCs, but I do want to get just the paper up. I would love to get the word wall, what will be the word wall, done, and then have this, like, in my mind there's a square board there for something. I don't exactly know what yet, but I don't want this to just be blank. But I would love to get that done tonight. I don't know if I will though, but that would be great. Let's get this one done though first. Okay, I'm trying to decide on border. I love this. I don't love the push pins, but when you flip it over and use the white side, I love the little scallop details. I only got one pack of this, and there are 12 sheets in it. It's from Creative Teaching Press, but there's only 12 sheets in it, and for some reason I didn't pick up another pack. So I'm thinking about this gray color, flipping it over because it's got a fun little scallop detail, but I don't love the scallops as much as the other ones. But I'd bought 2 packs of these, so I know it would work. But I think I'm going to chance it and try this and see if I have enough. And if I don't, maybe just do like the top and the bottom of the board, or maybe I would have enough. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, it's let me show you how big the board is. It's a big board, but surely 12 sheets would go around it. We're going to try it. We're gonna give it a go.
Reboot, I'm cold red, my service automated, like data running through my veins. Got you distracted, subconscious overloaded. Careful, don't pull the cord on me. No time to stay around. Keep walking till you get out of my face. Regret spread
Okay, I ended up having enough. I even had some left over, I think 1 and 2 sheets. So it took 3 sheets. So it took, how many were there to begin with? 12, 9 strips of border to do this one, and now it is finished. You really can't tell from far away, and I know that a lot of you are going to think that it's a mistake to do black and white polka dot for your word wall, but I really don't think that once I get everything boxed off and I get the letters, and then once we start adding the words to it, I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. I don't think it'll be hard to see. I just think right now it looks kind of overwhelming because there's nothing actually on it. So here's a little close-up detail of the border. I think it's so pretty. Okay, so it's around 7:30. I'm getting ready to leave for the night. Let me show you what I did. I'm so happy with my progress. Okay, so y'all saw this. This will eventually be the word wall. I didn't get to this little square board because, oh, it's going out of focus, because I started working on the board over the cubbies, and I am just so happy with it, y'all. This is some more of that paper that I showed y'all earlier in the day. It's by Teacher Creative Resources. I will find it online and link it for y'all because I just am obsessed with this paper now. It was so easy to work with. I cannot get over how easy to work with this paper was. Over the cubbies was always the hardest thing to do. I just feel like y'all are talking to a board. When I taught over here in 1st grade, there are cubbies in each one of these rooms, and every time I would try and do a board over them, it was so hard. I didn't have the cubbies in my 5th grade classroom, but I was just so dreading putting up a board over those, and that paper just made it so much easier. I can't even begin to tell you how happy I am to have that done and to use that paper. So I'm going to go back. This isn't sponsored. It's sounding like it is, but it's not. I'm going to go back to Hobby Lobby next week and see what other actually I may have filmed it. If I did, I can just look on there, but see what other kind of patterns or colors they had, because seriously, if you haven't started in your classroom yet and you need some paper that's easy to work with, you've got to check that out. So that is done along with the word wall. This is the rest of the room. I've showed y'all. I mean, it's still, of course, a big old mess, but the boards are coming together. Tomorrow, my plan is, which I'm going to close out the vlog right now because when I edited this afternoon when I was home, I'm already at around 19 minutes. So this will probably go over into 30 minutes, and I don't like a long vlog because it's hard to upload. So I'll show you tomorrow's progress in the next week's vlog. So tomorrow I'm going to clean up all of this mess because I can't get in for another week, and I would just kind of like to come back into the space and not have this big old mess. And then I also want to get that board because that's the last major board. There is going to be, my desk is going to be over here, and I want something over there, but I don't know what yet. So that is the game plan. But like I said, it's been a really long week. I've worked like 4 hours every day this week, and I'm going to finish it up tomorrow. And then once we come back in, like the last week of July, I can start, planning out things and organizing things. So I'm feeling pretty good, you guys. I'll talk to you guys in next week's vlog. Hope you enjoyed this one. Bye.
1, 2, 3. I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall.